Alright, so the hitch will interfere with this middle thing, so you just want to push that in a little bit. Push that out of the way. Alright, so now what we have here is we've got our bumper here. Just kind of this styrofoam piece on over it. And what you're going to want to do is remove all these bolts. There are 4 bolts. Basically remove all those. Take this piece off. Put the bumper receiver hitch on. And then put this on over it. So I'll show you how this is done. So you just want to take a 14mm ratchet. Alright, so you're actually going to need an extension for one of the holes too. So what I did was I just took off this styrofoam bumper cover thingy, and it's pretty easy. There's just these little tabs in there that hold it in, and you just kind of wiggle it out. So now I can get to this fairly easily. Alright guys, so for ease of like taking the bolts loose and stuff, once you take like 3 loose and you're loosening the 4th, especially once you have the other side loose, for one thing I'd leave 1 bolt in each side, just to make sure the whole thing doesn't fall off. But then also, so that you don't have to hold it up while you're doing it, I just bungee corded this to the top there. You can find other spots. There are hooks inside the car for like child restraints and stuff like that. In the back here, you could hook it to right in there. There are multiple other options, but that way that just holds it up here while you're loosening it. So just a quick tip. I've got this mostly loose, and then we will install the hitch. Alright guys, so now I'm going to remove this bungee cord. Take this thing off. And then I'm going to get the hitch ready to install. Alright, so I got my hitch here. Just gonna put up in here. Then I'll take this bumper cover thingy. Or bumper or whatever it is. Put it on there. And then just thread a couple of these just loosely on the top ones, just so that it's not going to come loose. And I might as well do a couple of the other ones. And just start tightening it down. Alright, so now that that's on, you want to make sure, just a note, you want to make sure that those bolts are good and snug, because that's all that holds this on. Then you can do a little bit of a test to the actual to the actual hitch receiver to just make sure it's nice and snug on there. And then let's not forget to put this styrofoam piece back in here. And then we're ready to put the bumper cover back on. Alright, so I got my bumper cover just loosely up in here. Now, you remember me saying that we had to bend that little metal piece underneath. We're also going to have to cut this out, the bottom of the bumper cover, because just in order for it to fit over the bumper, or the hitch. Alright, so you see that it has to go back several inches here. And then I'm just going to make sure it's generally in the right spot. Maybe you should come over just a little bit. About like so. So what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to trim out just a little bit extra. But I'm going to cut it here and then run it around. You know, it needs a little bit, about this much space, roughly. So I'll trim it about that much, and then we'll try that. Alright guys, so it's not pretty by any means, but this is the cutout, and then I'll show you it on the car. And since we're running out of daylight, I'm probably, once I shoot that video of it on the car, I'm probably not going to take too much more footage. It's just mostly putting everything back together. Alright, so here I am underneath the car. To figure out how much I needed to cut and whatnot, I figured out where these push pins needed to go to line up, you know, with the bumper cover and then the metal piece underneath. So I lined those up, and I just cut until I could line those up. Same with the other side, and then of course you're not going to have one in the middle because you cut that piece out. And then you're just gonna go through and reinstall the bumper cover. So what I'm gonna do here to reinstall the bumper cover is just start from one side and kind of so the way that this went is this corner has to go in here, so you have to kind of work it in there, kind of like that. And this goes underneath. Let's see if I can do this. Oops, underneath this other piece here, right here. So just pay attention to how it is before you take it off, and then put it on the same way. Alright guys, so this is important to note here. Hopefully you guys can see this, but like this bumper cover piece is underneath this corner piece. Then there's also this little piece that comes over it there, so it slides underneath that, and it slides underneath there, and it slides underneath this one right here, and then it kind of clips in there. And you want to make sure that this outer edge goes in and lines up, and do that on the other side, and just carefully, you know, make sure you don't break anything, and carefully line it all up. and put it all back together. It's not that hard, but it is a little bit tedious and definitely takes some patience and some time. Alright, so one more note before it gets too terribly dark. It's pretty difficult to get these sides in with those pieces in like that. So what I did was, even though I had this side in, I loosened it just a little bit. I got the other side in, and then I got this side in with a lot of work. Basically, I ended up wiggling this side of the bottom of the bumper until it just kind of wiggled into place. It took a lot of work, but that's what ended up working for me. You may find something else to work for you, but that's just what worked for me. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, again, please smash that like button and comment below with any comments. That would greatly help out my channel. And then also subscribe to my channel for further videos. I'm going to do another video on wiring for the trailer hitch. So I haven't done that yet. I somewhat installed it, but I'll be doing a video on, you know, how to install it and how to run it out the best way from your car and so on. Anyway, I'll have that in an upcoming video, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.